Welcome to Couples Parlor, where we bring romantic relationship stories to life. In this video, I will be narrating the story of Tracey and Douglas, who seemed like the quintessential couple. They had been married for 6 years, living in a cozy house on the outskirts of town. However, their seemingly perfect relationship hit a growing issue: Tracey's obsession with social media. Tracey was what some would call a social media wife. She delighted in sharing every moment of her life online, from morning coffees to weekend getaways, and even the minutiae of her daily routines. She was constantly taking selfies, updating her status, and curating her life for the digital world. Her phone was her constant companion, even during intimate dinners with Douglas. Douglas, on the other hand, was a private person who cherished moments of togetherness away from the virtual spotlight. He found it frustrating and hurtful that Tracey seemed more invested in maintaining her online image than in nurturing their marriage. He yearned for genuine conversations, quality time, and the emotional intimacy they used to share. As Douglas expressed his concerns about Tracey's behavior, she countered with accusations that he was being insecure and controlling. She argued that her social media presence was simply a way to connect with friends and express herself. She claimed that he was overreacting and stifling her freedom, using his supposed insecurities as a way to deflect from her own behavior. The tension between them grew steadily. Tracey's obsession with social media escalated to the point where she spent more time scrolling through her feeds than engaging with Douglas. Even during their special moments together, her phone was a constant distraction. As their anniversary approached, Douglas hoped for a romantic evening together, but Tracey's focus remained on capturing the perfect pictures for her followers. Thank you for watching this video. We will appreciate your support of this channel by liking and sharing the video. Also subscribe to our channel and click the bell button, so you can be notified when a new video is posted. As Douglas continued to express his concerns about Tracey's behavior, she became increasingly defensive. She argued vehemently that her social media presence was simply a harmless form of self-expression and a way to keep up with friends. She continuously accused Douglas of being controlling and insecure, blaming him for not understanding the modern world and its dynamics. Despite Douglas's heartfelt attempts to bridge the gap in their communication, Tracey remained steadfast in her conviction that her actions were justified. She shrugged off his pleas, refusing to acknowledge the emotional rift that was growing between them. She was caught in a cycle of denial, where her online life became an escape from facing the challenges in her marriage. The situation reached a breaking point when Douglas, in an act of desperation, threatened to leave the relationship if things didn't change. Only then did Tracey start to realize the gravity of the situation. The threat of losing the love and stability she had taken for granted forced her to confront the reality of her actions. She found herself in a state of turmoil, grappling with the stark choice she had to make. Was her virtual identity worth sacrificing her real-world connection with her husband? The thought of losing Douglas, the person who had stood by her side through thick and thin, was a jarring wake-up call. Tracey began to reflect on the countless conversations she had brushed aside, the moments of tenderness she had missed because her phone took precedence, and the emotional void that had formed between her and Douglas. The truth of her situation became undeniable, and she could no longer dismiss his concerns as baseless. With a heavy heart, Tracey approached Douglas, ready to admit her mistakes and to work towards a change. She recognized that her defensive behavior had pushed him away and that her social media obsession had been a damaging force in their relationship. It was a humbling moment for her, acknowledging that her actions had driven a wedge between them. As they embarked on the journey of healing their relationship, Tracey not only limited her social media use but also made a conscious effort to engage with Douglas on a deeper level. They rekindled their conversations, rediscovered shared interests, and made each other a priority once again. Through their efforts, they managed to bridge the emotional gap that had been widening for so long. The story of Tracey and Douglas serves as a vivid reminder of how defensive behaviors and stubbornness can blind us to the reality of our actions. It shows that sometimes, it takes a stark ultimatum to shatter our illusions and force us to confront the consequences of our choices. In Tracey's case, the threat of losing the love of her life was the catalyst for her to finally step back from her online persona and prioritize the person who truly mattered. Thank you for watching.